The naked truth has finally come out about Deflategate. A book tells the true detective story exposing the NFL guilt and the Patriots' innocence in Deflategate. Today's example: no, Roger, the Patriots did not put their balls in the ref's shower. The truth is outrageous. There are over 55 deceptions by the NFL. Most of them went unnoticed until now. All of the uncertainty was fake. The NFL hid a lot of data. Oops, the data slipped out. There was 0% chance of the Patriots cheating, and the NFL lawyers knew it. It was a failed NFL crime. They left behind too many breadcrumbs. Let's look at the shower as an example. So why did the NFL test balls left in the shower when nobody said the balls were left in the shower? So why test it that way? It was a case of temperature trickery to make it appear that cheating was possible. The NFL claimed that the air was much cooler in the unheated shower area. And yes, it was cool. When they visited on a very cold day, parts of the shower were as cool as 67 degrees compared to the main part of the dressing area, which was climate controlled to 72.5 degrees. But oops, they shouldn't have disclosed the date when they visited, because that allowed us to check their weather records and see that it was in the mid-20s in the afternoon of the day that they visited. On game day, it was about 53 degrees out at the time the balls were inspected, not the mid-20s. Therefore, on game day, the shower was only slightly cooler than the main part of the dressing area. So their final simulation used 67 degrees, which was a lie because they knew that on the actual day of the game, no part of the shower area could possibly have been as cool as 67 degrees. The referees put the balls in the shower, not the Patriots. The referees took the balls there to find space to spread the balls out for testing. They spread them out and tested them all in a period of 2 minutes. Therefore, the footballs were at about 72.3 degrees at the time they were approved, based on the NFL's own data. So let's undo the temperature trickery. The NFL's final simulation used 67 degrees as the starting temperature and predicted that the balls were supposed to have 11.46 psi. If they had used the actual temperature that the balls started at on game day and done everything else the same way in their simulation, it would have predicted 0.25 psi less pressure than what it did. So without the trickery, their simulation would have called for a pressure of 11.21 psi. Drum roll, please. The Patriots balls had 11.21 psi on the actual day of the game, so they were innocent. And that's just one red flag. There are many NFL deceptions. Proving the truth doesn't turn out to be quite that simple, because you can't trust the rest of the simulation either. The NFL scientists disavowed having even tried to simulate how the Patriots and Colts footballs were really handled at halftime. They falsely alleged many uncertainties about the gauges and the timing and how the balls got to such different pressures, and much more. There are over 53 other deceptions we haven't talked about. But the result is clear. There was 0% chance that the Patriots had cheated. All the doubt was manufactured by the NFL hiding stuff, but it's all exposed now in catching the accusers. So why did I find the truth? I wanted to either accept that my team likely cheated or find what the NFL did wrong. As you can see, I'm outstanding in my field. So I noticed that some of the data didn't match the witness accounts. And the more dirt I found, the deeper I looked. So why did the professors miss this proof? They were too busy to fully study the reports with hundreds of pages of confusing material. They studied the science but not the witness testimony. They weren't suspicious enough. They didn't look for lies. Why would you look for lies if you didn't think the NFL would be so silly as to expose their lies? And perhaps the scientists didn't feel it would be proper to call out lies. Perhaps they wanted to only talk about the science. Why did the reporters miss the truth? They were too busy to study the hundreds of pages that were crafted by lawyers to mislead folks. They didn't compare the data to the testimony. They were content to relay what others had said. What happened to digging for the truth and reporting it? Is that just too risky if the reporter's worried that he might make a mistake? Or is it just too much work for the reporter to do all that and get the editors to agree? Proof does require more digging, and let's look at the details of the temperature trickery. So how was it that the NFL presumed that the balls were in the shower? They presumed that by testing using the fake shower temperatures. The dressing area was 72.5 degrees on average during the game and any day, because it's controlled by the climate system. On the day of the NFL's scientists visit, they found temperatures as low as 67 degrees in the shower area, so they used that in their final simulation to make the Patriots look bad. Their data said that the balls need 22 minutes to adjust to a new cooler temperature. So they had to pretend that the Patriots had put their balls in the shower before the referee arrived in order to presume that the temperature of the footballs when they were tested was as low as the 67 degrees they used in their simulation. So where were the balls stored? Well, the NFL report doesn't directly say, but the breadcrumbs do. It directly says when the ref noticed the balls, not where. He noticed them just after giving his urine sample. And so where was he looking when he first saw the balls? He would have been returning from the toilet area, and therefore he was facing away from the shower when he noticed the footballs. He was facing toward the place where the Patriots also put their gauge in case the referee needed it. And where do you find that information? You have to study their footnote that describes the layout of the shower area, bathroom area, dressing area portion of the official's locker room where all this happened. So to recap the temperature trickery, the balls were stored in a 72.5 degree dressing area. It was only slightly cooler in the shower that day, and the balls spent only 2 minutes there that day. So the NFL's final simulation was dishonest by more than 5 degrees. So the simulation overestimated what the pressure was supposed to be by 0.25 psi, so it claimed that the Patriots looked guilty when they knew that the right answer was innocent. There were 53 other deceptions, including things that happened in the dressing area and things that happened in the locker room, all to lie about what happened in the bathroom, and that's the naked truth. The Deflategate truth is out, and it's outrageous. The NFL didn't hide stuff well enough, so they accidentally exposed too many breadcrumbs, so now they're caught in the book Catching the Accusers. Here's how you can help. You can tweet, email, or phone reporters and ask them to check the truth and then report on it. I suggest we concentrate our efforts on public television and national public radio, and in particular the show All Things Considered, which has the time to consider more lengthy topics than a typical broadcast. Please spread this video. Please like the Facebook page Catching the Accusers. And please support my efforts to get the word out. And buying the book would certainly help fund my efforts to keep trying to get the word out. You can see more at www.catchingtheaccusers.com, and you can sign up for email so I can alert you to the latest efforts and latest opportunities to make a difference. Together, we can push for justice. The NFL needs to apologize and return the draft picks. Thanks for listening.